Hello. So yesterday I was a little bit lost on how to just run the sponsors test, and thanks to a little bit of searching and a quick tip from Dan, which is Laravel maintain. Sorry, I think he actually writes for Laravel as well, but he's a pest maintainer, which is what I meant. He told me that actually when we run pest commands, we can use the filters from PHP units. So we should be fine with PHP artisan test filter and then wherever you want to filter. Actually, I don't think this even needs to be the name of a file. So let's try with published, but we'll be using then the sponsors publish and see if it will call any tests at all. Yep, it called the test that we have, but let's make it simpler and just call sponsors. And let's take a quick look at the PHP unit website to see if there are any more options, just to take a look at what it's possible to do when running this command. So documentation, and it's on a different website. Running using the command line, I think. Now we have the PHP command line interpreter. We can verify that it's on the right place. Okay, installing PHP unit and running. I just want to run. Oh, command line test runner. I think this is it. So where are the options just to see what we can do? This is what's printed. Oh, here we go. We have a bootstrap, which takes in a PHP script before the test run. Yeah, we don't need that. Configuration, it's all done for us. No extensions, configuration setting, cache directory, generate configuration, which we already have with Laravel. List available test suites and test suite, list available test groups. So you can group tests in their own groups and run those for the purpose of this project. I don't think we need that. We won't be having that big of a test suite. Uses to get us coverage metadata, list tests to print a list of tests. Well, let's just do this for fun. What do we have with this? And it lists all the tests that we have in all the files that PHP unit has access to. More. Write a list of texts to a file. Filter which tests run using pattern matching on the test name. Yeah, that's what we are using and what I was looking for yesterday. I was pretty sure I had to pass on the filter. And I'm convinced that I've used it, but I'll need to take a look at yesterday's video to see what I did wrong, because I am actually curious, because when I read the filter, it immediately came to my mind that that was what I needed to use. So moving on, if we are running each process in isolation, risky tests. What are risky tests? Being strict, enforcing time limits. So maybe these are tests that maybe will take too long, and then you can limit their execution. Automatically stop, exit, running the tests, cache results, order the tests, using colors, number of columns, progress and output, display details for different types of tests, logging, code coverage, which I think either PEST or Laravel already covers this. If you have Xdebug installed, because the coverage comes from Xdebug. Oh, this would be helpful yesterday. Actually, I think I used the help command and it got me nowhere helpful. Let's just see. Yeah, coverage, parallel, and nothing about the filter. It would be an extremely useful flag to have here, I think. So let's get on with our test. Also, in tribute to Dan, he told me that he usually, sorry, my English is failing me. He tells me that he usually works with expectations and not assertions. So we'll try to do that for this test. So let's go on. And we need to import user, and this is the user model. And that underline should go away on its own. Oh, I need to check this. And let me see if I've already messed up. Okay, so you haven't seen. God, I forgot about that. Let me just move the camera so that I can see that DD, and hopefully you won't see it. Let's use the filter flag again. And let me make sure that I have the correct Nova path for this project. And what do I have? General, oh, this is fun for you to see. General error, no such table users. So we don't have a users table on our testing environment because we need to do a little something. Here on our base test case, we need to use, let's see what the correct name is because I can't remember. Recreates database, something like that. Recreates. It's a trait that we need to call in. Creates application, no. No, receives events. Refresh database. There we go. So this will create the database for us so that our tests can run if we are using tests. If we are using the database on our tests. So let's get back to our test. Let me hide this from you again. Run the command and hopefully it will run now. Oh, let me get my mic a little bit closer. Okay. I'm hoping that if we have any problems with URLs, actually, what I think I'll do is that I will change this URL on the Nova config for our live streams so that there are no problems if I eventually show this URL by accident. And then when I commit these files to the repository, I'll make sure to not upload this change. So let me clear the console. So that's easier because I don't have to keep changing the layout for. Okay. Oh God, I forgot. I forgot I changed that just for a second. That way I don't have to change the layout for the stream, and if we accidentally dump this path, it will be no problem because you are seeing what I'm using for the development here. And let's go on. We need to test acting as user, and we'll need to post to an URL. Let's go on to the past website. Oh, not images. The website itself. And was I quick enough to click on the website? I wasn't. Let's go to the past website, documentation, and see how the post is done. Post with the T, not past. And it's post, right? Yeah. Let's go. Search true, expect. Writing tests. Do we have a post here? We don't. We don't. So let's go ahead and try this. I think we need to pass in the URL. I don't know, but if you do, it's here. Let's pass in the config for the path. And then what URL do we need to go to? We need to, let me just format this. And we need to append something here. Let's just put things on their own lines so it's a bit easier to read. This is duplicated and oops. It should be a little bit better now to read. What's the problem here? I need another. This is on the wrong place. See the difference it makes to put everything on their own place. So this is where we'll pass in the variables that we need to create a new sponsor, and this is the URL that we need to go to make the post request. To see where we need to post this, let me try and PHP artisan route, and I know that there is a flag to just get the routes for the vendors. And I don't think we have it on this version. Let me just try route list and help to see if I get that flag. Yeah, only vendor. Filter routes by name. Let's try that. Name, sponsor. Otherwise, we'll try Nova to see if we get the routes just for, because I don't think that the routes will have the sponsor on its name because it's Nova. It needs to be flexible, right? Nova. And okay, let's try it only vendor. I'm looking for the routes that we are posting our resource create. So, forgot password, no. Fun. Aren't Nova routes registered on the routes list? Maybe let's try removing this flag to see what we have. Oh, here we go. Nova API. Nova API. And which one should be resource? So it's Nova API dash sponsor, I think. And it's probably a post because we are creating one. Store. Yeah, let's try Nova API. We probably don't need that Nova path. Oh, wrong name. Nova API, and results is a sponsor. And let's try to pass on. We have the name, probably. New sponsor. Let's try this and see what we have. What do we have? This test did not perform any assertions, correct? Correct. But did it do something? And what is the risky? Oh, it's risky because it didn't perform assertions. Yeah, correct. But do we have a response? I think it's a response that's called what we have as the result of that execution. Let's try and delete. Sorry. Let's try and delete the response, not delete a DD. What do we have here? And admin Nova. Okay, we are missing a backslash. I think that's the name for that character. Yeah, I don't think I even know the name for that in Portuguese. So it's like barra, bar. And we've just exploded my computer. Okay, something happened here. And we have a dump because we probably method not allowed. The post method is not supported for the route admin Nova API sponsor. We need to go with the get or head. So we are on the wrong place. Let's try and see the routes file again. If not, we'll try and Google it. Nova API resource. Since I'm creating it, I don't have the resource ID, so we can skip that, I think. See, but we have this post for Nova API resource. And it's telling me I can't post. Let me try and remove that Nova path. Just to see if the result is any different. And what happened now? It's a different error this time. So HTTP exception, but what happened? Abort 403. So I don't have the permission for this, I think. Forbidden. Why is this forbidden? So what happened is that our user is not allowed to do a post for that path, but we've seen that this path exists, that we can post to it, just that our user is not allowed to. Do I need to set something up for Nova users? Oh, it's already time to go. I was hoping to be able to finish this test, but at least we got somewhere. Let me just do a quick search with Nova users, Nova Laravel users. To see if we're using the wrong user or something, or do we need to register it somewhere? Installing, authorizing. maybe. Non-local, but I'm local. By default, you can access the Nova dashboard when the current application environment is local. Let me see. Oh, we are using test for the application environment. So what we need to do, we need to define our user email, or I can move my test environments to local. Let me just test. Maybe this is quicker, and I don't think it should be critical to change it. Oh, I have some comments here. Hi, Miguel. Thank you for joining me. And hi, Dan. I think I can speak to Português for both of you. Lá. Sim, e hoje também por acaso mandei o aviso no Twitter, né? Que eu normalmente nunca faço isso. Pronto, o meu alarme já tocou, daqui a pouco tenho que sair, mas vamos ver se este teste acaba de passar. Let's get back to English. Sorry, guys. Let's just see if this will run, and if that is a problem, we can then just register our user. So what happened now? Page expired, and that means page expired. That one got me confused now. Page expired. So our cookie expired. But on the other hand, we didn't have a problem now with our user. So what I need to do is to, let's go back to use the testing environment and open the Novo service provider. And I don't think I will show you that because probably our emails for the actual Larabelles admins are there. So between now and our next live dealing with this this application, I will just put in the email that it's used on our user factory, and oh, it's an auto email. We'll need to set this. Maybe email, no, but email testing at larabelles.com. We need to make this a string, and then this will be a fixed user email that I can prove on that section of our website, and then I'll hopefully be able to log in with that user using the testing environment. And then we'll need to see what is this. Let me memorize this so I can search for it while my kid sleeps. I usually have my phone with me. It's page expired. So I'll see what's going on with this, and hopefully next time we can move on a little bit more. So thank you for joining me. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you, Dan, for commenting and being there. And thank you to everyone who's going with me on this little journey. And see you next time. Bye.